Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I sit here listening to all of these questions, I'm glad that my colleagues care about nominees who come before us who may not provide the kind of support for people who are making allegations of sexual harassment. As far as I'm concerned, we did not do that adequately during the Kavanaugh hearings, but we obviously have a difference of opinion as to who should have been called as witnesses before this committee. So, to begin, I ask all nominees the following two initial questions because we need to ascertain that all of the nominees would never engage in this kind of conduct. So my initial questions, and I know you are familiar with the fact that I asked these two questions. So I ask both of you, starting with Ms. Berger. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement relating to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
Listening to both of you, it is very clear in my mind that you represented your various clients very zealously. And we've had, believe me, many nominees of a former president who I very much questioned where they were coming from, whether they would be able to set aside their ideological, very clear ideological perspectives and making decisions based on a fair assessment, an objective assessment of the case before them. And listening to both of you, I believe that both of you would be able to do that. I'm very impressed with your backgrounds. And by the way, Ms. Berner, I appreciate the fact that your family has come all the way from Israel to support you. Family is obviously really important to you. And you mentioned a concept, tikkun olam. It's a Jewish phrase. Would you like to just expound a little bit how you seek to live up to this phrase?
Thank you, Senator. Tikkun olam is a Hebrew phrase that means repairing the world. And in my work as a lawyer, I have represented individuals who have not always had a voice in our society. Mm-hmm. And in that capacity, I believe that I have fulfilled the Jewish mandate to repair the world. If I were so fortunate as to be confirmed as a judge, I would step into a different role to take part in a system of justice that is truly a model. And I would be committed deeply to treating each litigant fairly and to approach every case with an open mind and to faithfully apply the law. And that too would be a form of tikkun olam.
Mr. Mangi?
Mangi, Senator.
Mangi,
Thank
sorry.
you.
You are not Jewish, but I believe that you also aspire to make the world a better place. And I was referring to the fact that you have spent some 4,000 hours representing clients in pro bono cases. And I don't know how much you charge by the hour, but you probably charge more than $200 an hour. And so when I did the math, that's almost $1 million worth of pro bono work for people who face religious discrimination, employment discrimination, and you also took asylum cases. Can you tell this committee why this pro bono work is so important to you? And thank you very much for explaining that pro bono work means a lot to your law firm, and that they don't just let anybody take on this kind of work, but they have faith in you to do the work. Can you explain why this work is so important to you?
Certainly, Senator. Senator, in a large New York law firm, as a partner at that law firm, you have command of tremendous resources, incredibly talented, energetic young associates, resources to pay for things like expert witnesses and so on. So if you have an opportunity to bring those resources to bear on the side of just causes, then there can be no better way to participate in the civic life of our country. While our justice system is a great and wonderful thing, paucity of resources can still impact what sort of justice you can access. So being able to bring those resources to bear on critical issues is deeply satisfying to me, and indeed to everyone at my law firm, which is why it's an embedded part of our culture.
Thank you very much. And I'm also really grateful that you believe in religious diversity, and as the only Buddhist ever to be elected to the United States Senate, thank you for your advocacy on behalf of religious diversity.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.